Hello YouTube, this is an ongoing experiment with varying yeasts to make mead. In this case, it is Safbrew T58. Using my standard recipe of just a 1 gallon batch, 4 pounds of standard grocery store clover like honey, 1 orange, and in this case, it had a teaspoon of yeast nutrient added to it once it started to ferment. But like I said, the standard recipe is 1 gallon of spring water, 4 pounds of honey, 1 orange, and off it goes. There was no clearing agent added to it. Like I said, it was given a yeast nutrient in the beginning, which is different than I would normally do. But I believe the measurements will still remain the same as for the starting measurements. And this is what we get. Like I said, no clearing agents were added. There appears to be a thin line around the glass. Interesting. Anyways, but there was no clearing agent added, no bentonite, no gelatin, nothing like that. I ran it through its normal time for my recipes, which is 3 months. 1 month in the primary, 2 months in the secondary, and it flacculated, I believe it's called, beautifully. You get this nice light yellow with a hint of gold in it. Absolutely stupendous. Now, because it's a standard recipe, the standard measurements for this is as a starting ABV of 12, sugar 23, gravity 94. It ended with an ABV of 2, sugar of 5, gravity 20, giving it a overall ABV of 10%. So she's 10% alcohol. Not bad. According to initial notes, sight is a lemon yellow and has a watery-like consistency. So it didn't really tear up on the side of the glass, hardly at all, making it very light on the palate. The smell has a very light odor, hint of lemon in this. The taste is on the sweet side, has a lemon sour hint, which I did not expect. Faint taste of the dry in the back of it, like a dry wine, which is a common for a lot of different meads. Touch of orange. Now, mind you, I put in orange due to following old recipes for mead, which is instead of throwing in a yeast nutrient, they throw in an orange, rind and all. The rind adds a level of acidity to it. The orange itself adds in a yeast nutrient of sorts, and it kicks off just fine that way. And the taste of the orange tends to stay. I should end up spilling this thing all over the place. Tends to stay in the background of a lot of meads if you use that particular kind of recipe. In this case, it's there. There's a hint of honey in it, but that dry that you get, that white wine dry, tends to build up on the back of the palate after a while. Even though it is very light to taste and light on the palate, it does tend to build. Overall, very light, nice, probably best cold. The bitter notes, that dry, bitter, tends to build. That is for Safbrew T58. Hopefully I said that right in the beginning of this video. So it makes a very pretty looking mead, show mead. I was impressed with the fact that I didn't have to use any kind of clearing agent. All in all, quite nice. So one part about this that gave me pause. I tend to store my different meads in swing top bottles because I don't put anything to stop the fermentation onto it. I tend to follow very, very old recipes, and this is obviously pre stopping the fermentation and all this other sort of stuff. This is about 3 days, 2 to 3 days old from bottling day, and it gave a little pop when I opened up the bottle. So be warned, even though it looked like it was ready to be bottled, and I give it the 3 months just as a standard time, it still had a little bit of carbonation, accidental carbonation, if you will, floating around in it. Like I said, the mouthfeel is very light. It's a wonderful honey, lemony, hints of orange into it, with a slight bitter in the back. Well, there you go. This is for Safbrew T58. Regular show mead. Came out quite nice. Give it a try, see what you guys think. And until next time, keep on drinking.